So we will start today's service with a calling of the four directions. And this ritual's purpose is to call the four directions and create sacred space. I'm adapting this ritual created by Reverend Julia Hamilton, currently minister at the Unitarian Society of Santa Barbara. In the pagan tradition, which is grounded in a respect and reverence for the natural world, calling upon the four directions is the usual way to begin any ceremony. Each direction is associated with an element of the natural world and represents some part of our human nature as well. The directions are not seen as separate or isolated, but rather as part of an interdependent system that makes up the world. Here on our altar, we have symbolic elements for each direction, and we will travel through the meanings associated with each direction before entering a time of meditation. We begin in the east, towards the rising sun. The element of east is air, represented on our altar by a feather. Air and breath give us life. It is the direction of inspiration, the word that literally means to take in air. The east is associated with the mind, with knowledge, and learning, and intellectual curiosity. Imagine the birds turning and wheeling in the air. Imagine the breeze blowing in your hair. Turning toward the east, we look for a fresh start, an invigorating breath, a new idea. When you're feeling stuck in a rut, beholden to a routine, or if the wind has gone out of your sails, look eastward. We light a yellow candle to symbolize east and air. We move around the wheel to the south. The element of south is fire, and in our sanctuary, our altar is at the south end, and here the flame of our chalice burns bright. Fire is a transformative force. It is heat and light and powerful change. In the northern hemisphere, it makes sense that we associate the south, towards the equator, with the warmth of the sun and the heat of flame. We see birds move south. We see butterflies move south. Whales move south, seeking warmer places when the weather gets cold. When our internal weather gets cold, turning south is a metaphor for turning towards warmth and daylight, seeking out the changes that will warm us up, get our blood flowing, and call us out of our winters, out of hibernation, and into action. We light a red candle to represent south and fire. Continuing around the circle, we arrive to the west. The element of west is water, and here on our altar, we have some water collected in our ingathering services each September. We add to this water each year, symbolizing the way we come together in our community as individual drops join in a mighty river. In the West, we are drawn to the experience of our emotions. It is a direction that calls us to self-reflection and self-understanding. Our emotions move in us like water, flowing through our lives, sometimes calm and sometimes turbulent, but always flowing. When we dam up our feelings, just like when we dam up a river, the pressure builds until it finds an outlet. If you are seeking to get in touch with your inner life, with your emotions, turn towards the west. Now we light a blue candle to symbolize west and water.
Hail and be welcome.
We move now to the north. The element of the north is earth, represented here by some dirt from our very own children's garden. There is stability here, the ground of our being. The north represents the place that holds us, that allows us time and space to heal and grow, to feel nurtured and respected. It is also the place of embodiment, of connecting with our physical self, with the concrete and tangible world around us. The North calls to you if you are seeking balance, the deep wisdom that lives in your bones, the place of rest and recovery. We light the last green candle to celebrate North and Earth. We have moved through these four directions, given them shape and meaning. East, air, breath, inspiration. South, fire, transformation and action. West, water, feeling and reflection. And north, earth, balance and wisdom. And in doing so, we have formed a unifying circle, making this space sacred. Now I invite you towards the direction that calls to you today. You can stay in your seat, you can stand, you can turn your head, or you can turn your whole body, but orient yourself towards one of these directions, the element that speaks to you and your life right now. Take a moment to meditate on this.